Hey folks, Karen here with JesusT-shirts.com. Have you ever wanted to read the Bible? The whole Bible? And you really don't know where to start? Well, I've got 3 resources for you today. Show you how you can read the Bible in a year. Easily, so you can understand it. And the one resource will even give you a little fun. It's pretty interesting. The 3 resources, 2 of the resources actually I found out through people at our church. The one is 1 Year Bible, and I'll show you that website. The second is the Bible Project, and you'll really get a kick out of that one. So that's the second resource. The third resource comes in if you don't currently have a Bible. You can use this as an online Bible. I've never tried to do this with my cell phone, so I'm not really sure how well that would work out. You can try it and see if it works for you. I'm primarily home all the time, so I use my Bible, which if you remember from a previous video, it's my giant print Bible. And I have it bookmarked so I can go right to the passages I'm reading. Now I'm going to show you the 3 resources. So this is going to be a how-to type video. So we're going to pause this and get into the tutorial. The first resource you want to have is your Bible. If you don't have a Bible, then you can head over to the Bible Gateway and you can use this. It's very easy to use. You don't even have, it's completely free. Let's say we're starting in Genesis. You can just bring up a chapter at a time, and you can use any translation of the Bible that you want. King James, in English or in Spanish. Can scroll, there's so many. My default is the New King James Version. Now you can read the Bible if you don't have an actual physical Bible. Let's go back to the primary resource. This is at mybible.com. I will put links to these resources down below the video in the description area. This is free. If I wasn't already signed in, it would just, you'd have a place where you could sign up for free. I'm already logged in. Then you would go to plans, and you would look for the 1 Year Bible. We start ours in January. I can be honest with you, I don't know if this program runs from mid-year to mid-year as a whole year, or if all of the plans start in January. I don't really know. The reason I don't know is because I started this in January of last year. So I've already read the Bible in a year once. I'm going through it again. And I will do it every year as long as I can. Because every time you read the Bible, you pick up something new. You learn something new. Sometimes when you're reading it, like I'm reading this for the second time, and there'll be passages that's like, oh yeah, I remember this. Some things just stick in your head, like the book of Ruth is really interesting. So when I came to it again, it was fascinating to read it a second time. And I'm hoping, praying, as I read this continue to read this year after year, things will stick in my head. Like, I'll know which book of the Bible and chapter and verse talks about Noah in the ark, Moses in the Red Sea, when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were stuck in the thing of fire, and an angel showed up to be with them to keep them from getting burned up. I mean, there's so many cool Bible stories. But when you're reading it in a year, you read it in sections. So this is why my Bible is bookmarked. Because right now I am in Samuel and Psalms, Proverbs, and John. This is so simple to use, and you do not have to do this by yourself. Once you launch your Bible in a year, you can invite others to come and read with you. And where this gets interesting is, as you've checked these off, that you've read them, I'll go to a previous day here, and it tells me I'm on track. And the program checks it off so that you know you've read these days' passages. And then you can talk it over. Now this is where, if you know, we're a pretty quiet group here, because we pretty much have the same group that read the Bible last year reading it again this year. But if you have a group with you doing this, you can all talk. You post things to each other. We pretty much did all of our posting and talking about it last year. So it's pretty quiet. If you're doing this for the first time, if you've never read the Bible, except for like just passages here and there, but if you've never actually sat down and read the Bible in a year, the whole Bible, Genesis through Revelation, here's a great resource for you. It's the Bible Project. I am over 16. This is also free. You don't have to sign up for an account. When you go here, you can explore. So let's go through here and see if I can find what I use. Book overviews. These little videos are so cool. It gives you an overview of the whole book. When I did this, when I read the Bible in a year starting last year in 2020, I would come to the Bible Project and I would watch these cool videos before I started reading. Let me give you an example, since you'll be starting in Genesis. We'll just show you a little clip here.
The book of Genesis. It's the first book of the Bible, and its storyline divides into two main parts. There's chapters 1 through 11, which tell the story of God and the whole world, and then there's chapters 12 through 50, which zoom in and tell the story of God.
The Bible Project also has a YouTube channel. You just click here, Bible Project, do a search on the book that you want to see an overview on. Genesis is a long book, so it's going to break it up.
The book of Genesis.
Yeah, it's going to buffer
It's the first
here.
book of the Bible, and its storyline divides into two main parts. There's chapters 1 through 11, which tell the story of God and the whole world. And then there's chapters 12 through 50, which zoom in and tell the story of God and just one man, Abraham, and then his family. And these two parts are connected by a hinge story at the beginning of chapter 12. And this design, it gives us a clue to how to understand the message of the book as a whole and how it introduces the story of the whole Bible. So the book begins with God taking the disorder and the darkness described in the second sentence of the Bible, and God brings out of it order and beauty and goodness. He makes a world where life can flourish. And God makes these creatures called humans or
So that's what these videos do. They give you an overview of the whole Bible. And that's how I easily read the Bible in a year. If you don't have a Bible, you can use the Bible Gateway. Before you go into a new book, go to the Bible Project and watch the overview. These are the coolest things, and they even have some funny comments that they put in through here in some of the book overviews. And keep track of where you are by using the 1-year Bible. And while I'm doing this, this is also where I get my inspiration for the designs on the Christian t-shirts that I make. So that's it for today's video. If you feel so inclined, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. Comments are always helpful. Questions, comments, doesn't matter. Hit the notification bell so you'll get notified when I put out a new video. And have a great day. God bless.